kind of for fun, but a drunk butterfly. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
Alright, so I'm done. We can move on.
What inspires you to paint?
That's a good question. I guess I don't necessarily know myself, but it's kind of satisfying, honestly, to just be able to sit down and finish something and make something that looks neat.
So an end product inspires you?
Yeah, the process is pretty fulfilling as well, though. Just to sit down and do it, it's such a procrastination thing. Like, you never want to sit down and start work, but once you're doing it, it feels really good to be having just focusing your mind to be working towards a goal and problem solving. It's really fun to be painting and like saying, oh, I want to express this or do this or have this look like this, and to find a way to do it is satisfying. So the process itself to get to the end product feels good.
Is there is there, like, some people create, one person that we've talked to is an abstract artist who likes to capture emotions. And you said that you're a surrealist. Is there a point to your surrealism when you paint? Is there something that you're trying to capture in the painting?
Yeah, I would say
philosophically or something?
I would say when I'm coming up with ideas, they're usually extremely personal to myself, and whether the end product expresses that or not is different for each one. Sometimes it's kind of really obvious what I'm doing. I have one with like two people stabbing each other in the head, man, woman. I feel like that's not super subtle.
Yeah.
But sometimes what I'm thinking is just I want to show a pattern dissipating in a certain way, or a pattern on a figure relating to a pattern in a tree in a certain way. Well, and sometimes that's the only point to it, but it makes sense to me, but it's not always super clear.
Well, even in this abstract, you know, I mean, I tend to read into all kinds of art when I see it, because my mind is always going 100 million miles a minute. But you've got this primitive kind of cellular thing going on here, and it spreads out to a very geometric, technologically advanced, you know, this shape is something that we recognize now as something technological, like a beehive is technology, an insect technology, right? It's not It's not the cell that it began with. I think it's something that was created.
The idea of patterns themselves, I'm really interested in, because I like to create them organically, because I think that's how they work in nature. Like there's a more or less perfect blueprint in the DNA of a plant, say, that says, oh, you're gonna have branches every so inches. But when it comes out in the real world with actual outside conditions and just the idea of being organic, it becomes imperfect. Right. So there's still the pattern there, but it becomes an imperfect pattern. So I like to make patterns with that same thought in mind. I have an idea in my head of what the perfect pattern is, but I'm gonna let the tiny inconsistencies build up and let it be imperfect at the end. So you're right, with this one, I was thinking more along the lines of, you know, creation stories start with something small, something tiny, small cell, and they add complexity. Cellular history starts pretty simple. Is it prokaryotes? I think it's prokaryotes going to eukaryotes.
Where they get
where they get the nucleus inside the cell, but at one point the nucleus was the cell, and then it goes on, and then it goes on to more advanced whatever structures. But that's, I don't really know what I'm talking about, so it's probably all wrong.
But see, this is where we start, right? This is where we start with an idea.
But I don't care if anyone needs to. I don't think people need to know that when they see my paintings. That's just what I justify making them.
Right. We all do that. We all come up with some kind of meaning to what we do. I don't know that we can help it, and I think there's a lot of artists that may not like to talk about that part of their art. You know, they think that they would prefer that the art just stand on its own and not have to explain anything behind it. But I think the most interesting part of artists is who you are, you know, and why you do what you do.
I like it to go both ways. That's why we're
doing what we do.
I think the audience is important as well in a piece, because people will see things that I've had no intention of expressing, and that's awesome. Like, if you
you're not always going to be
that's
there.
Great.
The thing's going to go somewhere, and it's going to exist all on its own, and nobody's ever going to explain it again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you want to go over the other space then?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
I'm just gonna show a little bit around here. Not everybody gets to see the back of this, the Portland People Art Gallery.
These are videotapes.
Oh, that's right, they are.
Oh, Ace Troy, gotta give him credit. That's who that
Ace
is.
Troy, alright. Alright, and then while we're going through here, you're gonna see pieces from the Big 500 show that's going on till January 11th, I believe.
But security last, everything seems to be fine. On our openings, we usually have somebody watching.
There's still a lot of pieces out here that are from very talented artists.
There's Bookman's piece right here.
Kimberly Bookman here. I bought her piece.
This is the Pioneer Place Mall. Show the front of the People's Art Gallery there. It's really cool. Chris Haberman's place. Thank you, Chris Haberman.
Once again, thank you, sir.
This is the second space.
Jason Brown also owns it.
Jason Brown. He's kind
We
of
haven't interviewed Jason yet, but I got his card at the second opening of
Oh, you
Big
gotta do an
500.
interview with him.
We're going to. It's happening. It just hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet.
Good.
So yeah, this is the second space of the People's Art Gallery. And then where is the frame shop going to go?
It's actually going to go next door. You can kind of see it from here.
Oh, right there.
We
Okay.
could even go in the back and check it out.
We're in the white gallery now. And
This
that's
one, we've been using this one to rent out to artists for a month or two at a time, called the Air Artist in Residence Gallery, so people can come here. It's pretty cheap. We have a deal where it's pretty cheap here, and artists can use it as a studio and a gallery space for a month or two at a time. So we've had Suzanne Vaughn do it, Guy Burwell, that's all we've done so far, but that's the plan with this gallery. And
Man, I could make a little dark room in here and
You
just
absolutely
shoot
could.
photos out of here for a month.
yeah.
How much? What's the cost?
I mean, I don't know if I should say on.
All right,
on
I'll get it from you afterwards.
I'll let you know soon.
So you don't have any pieces in the Big 500, huh?
Oh, I have a couple. They're not in here though. They're in
Oh.
people's, or I mean, they might have sold. I don't know.
Oh, hopefully.
I should have done more, but I don't know. We also have the poster show at the Goodfoot, which I don't know if you know what that is. It's called the Art of Musical Maintenance, and it's rock posters from around the world. But we frame them all because Jason has a frame shop.
Right.
So we've kind of been working hard on that and getting this together. So
Now is the Goodfoot next door to the Po' Boy Arts over there?
it's on the same street, but it's about 20 blocks away.
Oh, okay.
The Goodfoot's on Stark and 29th. Po' Boy's on Stark and 15th.
Oh, okay.
But
That's good to know.
same basic area. Yeah.
So, you have any last things to say? Oh, 4th F and Friday. We got to plug that.
Yeah. So have we told you about 4th F and Friday?
Oh no.
Okay. So we are. Oh wow, this never happens. Christopher's holding my phone. I feel
My
naked,
hand's
right?
shaking.
I feel naked. On January 23rd, we are turning our home into a gallery
Awesome.
for
Oh, that's such a
all
good
of
idea.
all of the artists that we've interviewed through
Rad.
December and before. So there were a few that happened in November, and so we're going up till the end of December. We're inviting all of them to come show in our really tiny house. It's gonna be at least 30, 35, 40 artists. Because today's
a bunch
44.
of people have been invited.
Today
so
is day 44.
We've had a lot of commitments from artists to show
That's
up.
awesome.
So it's going to be from
we're-
7 to 11.
We're asking all of the artists involved to donate a small piece, and we're gonna do a free will donation raffle where if a guest donate $5 or more, they can get a raffle ticket and then win stuff from Ali Schlicting or Chris Haberman or Christopher Hoisington. then we're gonna have a wall that people can paint on, and there's gonna be food and booze.
Ah, that sounds rad.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Shit, let me see if I have one of my 8x8s left. I'll use that.
Totally.
Fuck it, that's rad. Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
I mean, anything from the Big 500 ends up being a collectible in my mind. Like, even if it's sold, if you bought it, great. If you didn't buy it, if you gave it away, somebody's getting a collectible because it was a part of that show from that year.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
So hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. I'll check that out.
Really excited about it. There's gonna be music.
Live music. A guy's gonna play guitar for us.
Nate today was talking to me that we work with. That's part of the Fur Coats.
Yeah.
We're going to see their show on Friday. But he was like, they want to do the interview. We're just in the process of scheduling. They're going to be in January because we're filled through December. So they will be a part of our February's 4th Effin' Friday. So it's going to turn into a house show / art gallery, which is going to be...
I'm really hoping that we can come up with enough money in that first month.
I don't expect to grow out of our house in 1 month.
I don't know.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't want anybody breaking the windows.
But I would love it if it did happen. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We promised we wouldn't talk about fundraising on the video.
I'm not talking about fundraising.
I brought it up.
Talking
Anyway.
about partying.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about.
So anyway, yeah. 4th Effin' Friday.
January 23rd.
Put it on your calendar.
We'll see you there. Is there anything else?
Ali Schlicting.
I'm sure there is.
AliSchlicting.com.
Think on the spot.
AliSchlicting.com.
That kind of thing.
All right.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes. Also, Ali Schlicting.
Okay. So get a hold of her and buy that piece out of the toilet. It doesn't belong in there.
Yeah. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Love you. Peace out.